horrible. Her arm is almost as it gets okay. Both her arms. Both her arms are off, like basically. Yeah, location. No, I'm on 911. One of her arms completely off, and the other one's like attached barely. Please, hurry, please. And where's the gator? Let me look up on maps. What happened? The gator's in the water. It's gone away.
That was a 911 call during one of the many recent alligator attacks in Florida over the last several weeks. Tragic, scary, yes, but what is going on? A 31-year-old Florida woman from Orlando was killed by a 13-foot alligator that ripped off both of her arms in Seminole County. And just a day before that, a 9-foot alligator bit a boy at a fish camp in South Florida, sending him to the hospital. And a week before that, a 19-year-old man was attacked by an 8-foot alligator while snorkeling in Dunedin, Florida, which makes you wonder what is happening in Florida. Yes, alligators are common, but we haven't seen something like this in a long time. Brandon Fisher is an alligator expert at Gatorland. Chris Gillette is the co-founder of Bellowing Acres Animal Sanctuary. It's great to have you both on. Brandon, what do you think's going on here?
I mean, it's Florida, it's summer, it's warm, gators are everywhere, so they're out and about, and, people got to be, careful around the water.
Yeah, all standing water is what I used to hear. I used to live down there. Water apparently, Chris, is low now, and it is mating season. I lived in Florida for a long time. I don't ever remember anything like this happening. Is it normal?
It is breeding season. The gators are on the move more, but I will remind everybody, these are preventable tragedies. If you have somebody swimming in the water with their dog, you are ringing the dinner bell for this animal, so stay out of the water, keep your kids and pets away from the water, don't feed the gators. Every one of these tragedies happened because of one of those three reasons.
Okay, I want to play you a soundbite. This is a couple who witnessed a deadly attack at a resort in Mexico, like right near the actual resort property this happened. Take a look.
This truly was the most horrific thing I've ever seen. We heard screaming from the ocean. We thought someone was stuck in a rip current. And it wasn't until we got in the water that someone told us there were crocodiles and that a croc had him. At one point, you could see the crocodile around his thigh. And when he would turn, you could see how massive the crocodile was and how big his body and his tail was.
Yeah, and occasionally you'll see them in the Gulf of Mexico, which is kind of unusual. Brandon, I know if a shark bites somebody, generally speaking, it's just a bite. They're seeing what it is. They don't like, humans are too bony, whatever. They spit us out, basically. Are humans are we prey for alligators?
Not one bit. Alligators' main source of food are small items, turtles, fish, and birds. But anything that splashes in around the water, you're in the water. The way that alligators, crocodiles feed is they swing their heads side to side, searching for food. Anything brushes up against their face, they're going to potentially bite for it. And sometimes they bite and hang on. Sometimes they bite and let go because they realize it's not food. It really depends. Each animal is different.
Interesting. Chris, in the 1950s, the alligator population was almost extinct in Florida. Now there is something like 1.3 million gators in the state of Florida. Is that too many?
I would say not. I think they're one of the great success stories of the Endangered Species Act. But when you have 1,000 people a day moving to the state of Florida, living alongside these animals, where you have almost every home has a retention pond or a canal in the backyard, it is, it is tempting fate a little bit. You are living alongside these animals, but I always say it's kind of like living alongside a highway. You have to be aware of it. You have to teach your kids to be aware of it and to have safety in mind at all times.
Yeah, that's a great point. A lot of people are moving to Florida, a lot more people than ever before, and that means they're in close proximity with alligators. Gentlemen, great to have you on. We appreciate it. Brandon Fisher.
Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutation to the elect of the nation of Israel. To you, I say shalom. Yeah, people are being more stupid because they're going swimming where there's gators at. Okay? So if you people get attacked by alligators and crocodiles, that's your fault. That's you not being prudent. That's what's going on. Gators are being gators. Alligators are being alligators. Crocodiles are being crocodiles. I'll tell you what's going on. Alligators eat people. That's what's going on. That's right. So don't swim where there's alligators or crocodiles. You know? You people like to live life on the edge, right? Well, guess what? You may just meet an alligator. These spirits are active. Yahweh Bashim Al Shah is having it where he's putting the spirit on these animals to attack people. Okay? That's what's going on. Spirits created for vengeance. That's what's going on. Animals are just being animals. It's a bunch of fresh water out here in Florida. You don't think gators are in those waters? You don't think there's a sign that says gators in the waters? But you people like to live life on the edge. If you get attacked by an alligator, man, Yahweh Bashim Shah hates you, obviously. You know? If you survive a alligator attack, man, that's wild. Now you have to, live your life without certain limbs because an alligator ate your limbs. So we know what's exactly going on. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on short strokes. In the time of their destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. And remember, the Heavenly Father, He's the Father of spirits. Okay? And of course, the Heavenly Father can put the spirit upon any animal to attack humans, to attack people. That's the Lord's judgment. You know? Teeth the wild beast. Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come. They shall not transgress his word. Right. If Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai commands a certain spirit to do something, that certain spirit is going to do something. And they're going to be ready. And they're not going to transgress his word. You know? There's a term called gator bait. Alligator bait primarily refers to historical methods used by hunters to lure alligators, as well as a notorious racist trope in American pop culture that originated during the 19th and 20th centuries, which that did actually happen. Okay, you had Esau Edom, the so-called white man, wanting to use the alligator for a certain purpose, whether they're making, items using the alligator, or material, or keeping it as a souvenir. And they used to feed Israelite babies to gators to get the alligator. So they used to lure alligators, but they was feeding our children to the gators, man. You see, a lot of they tried to say that didn't happen, but it really did happen. The phrase also has a dark history in American culture. During the 19th and 20th centuries, there was a widespread of horrific racist trope depicting African American children and infants being hunted by or used to lure alligators. It says African American, and we're not African American. You so-called African Americans, you so-called black people, you're from the tribe of Judah. You're an Israelite. You so-called Latinos, you so-called Native Americans, you so-called African Americans, you are the Israelites. Okay? All right. Alligator bait depicting African American children, depicting Israelite children. Okay, we're Israelites. We're not African American. Depicting Israelite children or infants as alligator bait was a common trope in American popular culture in the 19th and 20th centuries. Not too long ago. Images of African American children, or I should say images of Israelite children or infants being hunted by or used to lure alligators, was widespread in North American white popular culture during the 19th and 20th centuries. The motif was present in diverse forms of media, including newspaper reports, songs, sheet music, and visual art, often appearing in conjunction with other racist tropes. It says the supposed actual use of black children as bait in alligator hunting is repeatedly mentioned in primary sources, especially newspaper and magazine articles published between the 1880s and 1920s. But since most of them are vague and popular, jocular, their reliability is disputed. It did happen, all right? Of course, Esau tried to make it seem like that didn't happen, but it happened. It happened, okay? And now you have alligators attacking you Edomites, man. You see? You the same ones that fed our children to the gators. Now you Edomites, or you people in general, you getting attacked by gators, man. Whether it be gators or bears or coyotes or hyenas or wild beasts. But just know it's only going to increase more and more. What is going to increase more and more? Animal attacks. Okay? You people are going to get more attacked. You're going to get more I should say, you people are going to get beasts and wild beasts sent upon you to attack you. And that's judgment from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? So with that, all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakah Kwadash Shalom.